morning. Look good with your top today. Yeah.
I just styling kind of color.
Yeah, look good.
Before you go ahead, it's lovely assistant that you have. This kid that was not in business, there's a lovely assistant that you have. Where you from?
Oh, look at the sun. Good morning, good morning. Good morning.
So you were telling us about the roses?
Yeah, so we have some roses for them very special children of the Kids Club or the Class Kids Club. They're the ones that sometimes would make some new things to me. For example, they would draw stuff, they would send some motivation, because when you're giving up all these energy, you too need energy as well. It has to be reciprocated. And the energy came from some of these little special people.
Yes.
Yeah? So what we did today, just to show them some appreciation as well, we packed the bags, put some cornflakes. You know they love the cornflakes, they love the milk. Put a little peanut. Some of them have peanut punch, some of them do like peanut punch, some of them like supplicant. Put a little toy for them, but toy that will be applicable to who they are, right? And we ought to be very inclusive in what we do, in terms of understanding that there are so much people around us that are differently able. Differently able, we need inclusivity. Besides inclusivity, we need to also make them know that they are important, that they are part of society. Because very often they feel marginalized and ostracized. They feel as though they are misfits in society. And this is where we need to harness the talent and the abilities, because just as they are differently able, they are also differently able in some abilities.
Yes.
So we need to harness that. As a former educator, I have been doing this with the differently able for the last 20 years, and I never stopped, right? Outside of politics, I am a humanitarian. I'll continue to be a humanitarian before and after politics. Yeah.
So this is not just a pop-up thing?
No,
I
and if they're saying pop-up, that means they did not do any history. Because go on my Facebook page, Instagram page last year, for the last 10 years, you'll see the same thing. 20 years, because I do some things I do not highlight. Into the schools, you could go and ask them, and they would be my testimony. That's the school for differently able in San Fernando. The present principal now was a former student of mine at the UWI,
Right.
and she's doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, but then I have as well some special needs children who may not fall, because some people don't understand what is Down syndrome. Down syndrome are those that have an extra chromosome, so they're extra special.
Right.
But some persons may not have a day as the World Down Syndrome Day, so I would be inclusive of those persons with cerebral palsy, persons with other disadvantages that may not be categorized as Down syndrome. I still wish to include them as well.
What would you say would be a moment that would stand out in your mind, an experience that would stand out in your mind doing this for the number of years that we have been doing? What would you say would have been an occasion that when you're doing this, that you can relate to that stands out experience?
I would say my personal experience, because I too lived with a relative who was differently abled.
Right.
And though she passed away, the legacy will continue to pass on. In 2021, 2022, one of those years, don't fault me, we had a differently able talent show.
Right.
at the same Center for Persons with Disabilities in San Fernando. And when I saw them, they came out and they had their talent. We had soca artists, we had chutney artists, we had persons who they were engaged in poetry. We had those that they just came out with talent that, you know, it was humorous, it was entertaining, it was nice to see, because now we are looking at them, sometimes looking at them with pity,
Right.
rather than understanding that they have potential.
Right.
So that day I saw, not looking at them from a sympathetic eye, but from the potential
From a
of
different
who,
perspective.
yes, of who they can be. Yeah.
And
That stood out. That was etched on my mind. Yeah.
always stands out in your heart.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
do this every year?
Every single year without let up.
How much years ago?
I will tell you 20 years. 20 years. 20
That's 2
years.
decades.
Yeah.
Now you would have mentioned something story that this is not a lot of people that we show on tape.
Yeah.
So all that we see on tape is just everybody.
Yes, yes.
Serious.
And then there, so in terms of I came back in country last night. Last night I had stuff packed because there are some families that were in Matlot, right? There are some families far, and they tell me they would meet me at a central point, because I tell them I'm not coming into the country. It'd be hard for them to reach into Port of Spain today, but I could probably meet them on the half.
So when you did it?
Last night, no? Last night.
So you came in and you-
Yep, last night. Last night. Work never stops.
You were with Houston, that's Superwoman.
Oh gosh. No, I love Whitney Houston. I love her tremendously, a beautiful voice, but boy, we have to make things happen.
Right.
Yeah, we have to make things happen. And better than that, listen to what this man did. On the 28th of April,
Right.
you know what day is that? World Superhero Day. So, Ocha, all of us with the cape, like yourself, like Mr. Renison Jeffrey, yeah, all of us with the cape. That's our time to shine. Yeah.
I don't consider my efforts at keep. I live in a rural community,
Yeah.
but I think rural puts a bad name on it, because I like to think that I live in a community of family,
Yeah.
an extended family. Everybody knows my name, I know everybody's name.
Yeah.
I am one of the few businessmen in my area. So, persons always try to reach out to me, and I try as much to reach back out.
Yes.
And that is the basis of my endeavors.
Yeah.
To better lift up,
Yeah.
to better take my community to the next level. And on a daily basis, I see politicians, representatives falling short. For example,
Yeah.
this is the first time I am witnessing a politician representative doing something like this. I am 54 years of age. So that goes to show the level of disconnect. I was speaking to Renison this morning, and I was telling, I say, recently I've been looking at social media, and I'm seeing persons walking areas, wanting to be a representative for an area, saying that they're from an area, and having other peoples from that area having to introduce them to the people in the area they are supposed to be from, and then having people tell them about the problems in the area that they are supposed to be from. So you're telling me you're from an area, but you don't know nobody there. You're from an area, but you don't know what are the problems there, but you want to represent the area. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And this is what has been done time and time again. So it's like the people have to understand that the leadership must not be top down, but ground up. Yeah? And ground up meaning to say that if the leaders were to select among the community, allowing the community voice to be heard, saying that, okay, we the community, like I heard the community's voice, we the community have been hearing Renison Jeffrey representing our cause before politics. We the community have been hearing Sheldon Khan representing our cause before politics. Who are they before they selected them?
Yes.
Who are they? Were they known as humanitarian? Were they a voice for that community? Did they actively serve community before politics? No, in Trinidad and Tobago, there's no criteria, right? There's no criteria. Clearly, we don't have a criteria, because then these political demons would not be making geopolitical errors like they are making presently. They have erred. These are mistakes that cannot be forgiven. We cannot forget. We can't allow the population to forget what they are doing at this present time. We cannot. So now we have to move away from the partisan politics of the PNM and the UNC and understand they are one coin in our. Look at it, two sides but just one coin. We have to be able to see our country through our eyes now. Let us look through your lens now. Are we growing? Are we going anywhere? The other day, just like last night in particularly, pardon me?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, last night particularly, I got a call from a young lady at minutes 12 in the night to tell me, a member of this party, I am at Port of Spain General Hospital, still waiting to see a doctor. No, after 12. Yeah, after 12. So I am saying to you, we need also health equity. Is it fair across the board? And then now we must make it cognizant to all that 99% will always be greater than 1%. Then we are the 99%. So we're in math, we're in statistics, we're in economics, that 99% is less than 1%. Where? But today we see like 1% in Trinidad seems to be greater than 99%. But collectively we have that power. Because that wouldn't happen in West Shore, that wouldn't happen in St. Clair, that wouldn't happen in Gulfview Medical, that wouldn't happen in Southern Medical, that wouldn't happen in Victoria. So why is it happening in the public system? We need health equity, and we need equity across the board. Where a person sitting down as though they have no rights, not understanding that they have the power. The people have to acknowledge that they are the powerful. They put people in position to serve them. It's a position of servitude, not self-service. And this is what the general population, they have to understand it. Because if they don't understand it now, then Nigel is either now or never. Huh? We are at the brink of another recession. The worst recession Trinidad and Tobago will ever face. Everything was given away. You all from South, look at it. The pitch lake was given to who? The Chinese. They're paving Beijing all over the place, and we have potholes upon potholes upon potholes. The largest deposit of natural asphalt in our country now is in the hands of the Chinese. Imagine Alibaba owns and sells bitumen that Lake Asphalt could have been selling and benefiting from. And the people of Labre, Vance River, Guapo could have been benefiting from that. Do you know they made them the wealthiest? Selling what? Our bitumen? Come on, how long will they slap us in the face? How long will we keep on turning another cheek? How long would they give us mud water and we say it is Moby? How long would the people not recognize that enough is enough? Time to stand up now. I don't mean stand up for you, stand up for the young ones.
Or your children?
That's what I'm saying, the young ones.
Or your father?
Stand up for the people of tomorrow.
Or your neighbor?
Because it's not getting better. Look at Dubai. We had 2 oil booms, you know. We had 2 oil booms, you know. Look at what Dubai has done. Boy, they have built castles in the sand. When you go to Dubai, the people tell you, our leader loves us. You know how that make me feel? A common man, a driver, will watch me and tell me, our leader loves us. Walk into different spaces, they watch you and tell you, we love our king. Our king loves us. You know, love is reciprocated, right? Where the love of people gone? Do these politicians love us? Can we say the PNM love us? Can we say the UNC love us? But you know what we can say? The people love them. So it's a Stockholm syndrome. It's a form of abuse that they fall in love with the abuser, not understanding that better can be done. Because probably they have never seen better. You understand the psychological grip? They have never seen better. So they think that this is all there is. This isn't. So this is where now we have to open their eyes to a new world, a new Trinidad. How can we grow? How? And is it possible? Yes, it is possible. The other day I went to Bahamas, currency $1 Bahamian, $1 US. Come on. We were the leaders of CARICOM. Now we're sitting in the back of CARICOM. We cannot, you don't have access to foreign currency here. In every Caribbean island you go, the US dollar is pegged against their currency. You can get US the same way you can get their currency. But in Trinidad and Tobago, it's a slap to the businessman face. They're stifling the growth of our economy. I gave them the solution years ago. I told them and they said, what can be done? I said, this is what can be done. Did they take my advice? No. Because of what? Because of ego. And where are we now? Seriously, where are we now? With all these sanctions being levied, do you know it will get even worse? When you can hear a prime minister coming out to say that his visa is now being threatened and all the public officials to travel to the USA. And days after you can come and hear that the British embassy has revoked that we now need a visa. We have to pay for a visa to go to the UK. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are they geopolitically awake to know what is really happening and why it is happening? Because of their decisions? They are a communist regime. Trust and believe I tell you, from since 1956, the People's National Movement was a communist regime. They were part of the Communist Federal Association. Do your research and you will see it. They have communist ideals. But if I would say to them, if you are communists, then oh my God, embrace Marxism. Embrace Leninism. Embrace it. Because Marxists fight for whom? The proletariat against the bourgeois. They are not fighting. They are not fighting. They are self-serving. That's who they are. A bunch of clowns in government. And the biggest circus show is Trinidad and Tobago. This is the circus show. Because come after the 28th, I tell them I want them to be happy, you know. Be happy with your decision, you know. Be able to say you can live the next 5 years in solace, you know. Because of your choice. And to not to choose is also a choice. Yeah? So we have to, listen, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Because it's for them to see it through our eyes now. See the wider picture. See where we are going. Nowhere. Not this country. This country is too rich. I tell somebody last night, imagine coming, you know what I did? I wrote to Nicki Minaj. And I told her, Nicki, I want to change that queen's name. You see the same way they can remove our visa, remove the name off of everything. Queen's Park, Savannah, is the largest roundabout in the world. We are the carnival capital.
You're right. You see something. You see something. What is this? This is a microphone. You ain't like that. You ain't want to come at me today. What's your Oh, yeah. Yeah, moment. Yeah, a brief moment. Let's start. Tomorrow the world celebrates World Down Syndrome Day, and to persons who don't understand what is Down Syndrome, it is a person with an extra chromosome. So I want to tell you, you are just extra special. Now, for the last 20 years, I have been engaging in charitable works as well as works for inclusivity for Down Syndrome as well as differently abled. Now, I want inclusivity, I want them to be seen, and I want to say to them today, although Down Syndrome may describe you, it does not define you. Today we have a celebration at the All People's Party office for those persons that are Down syndrome, for the children that are Down syndrome, because it is a celebration today, because today is their day. Now to the wider Trinidad and Tobago, I want to say something. We need schools with inclusivity that will have differently abled with other children. Why is that so? It will stop the general population from the extra steering. Because sometimes I grow in a family with a differently abled relative, and it's so uncomfortable because persons, when you go out in public, they are just sometimes staring. Please, my goodness, stop staring so much. But if we have a little more integration and we normalize it, then it wouldn't be something of I see then that we need to stand up and look like, oh my God, a Down syndrome person, like really. So I would like to see the education system have an inclusive system where we can have differently able and Down syndrome children along with other children. So it'll teach us how to integrate, it'll teach us how to live among persons that are differently abled and Down syndrome. So today is a celebration. We have gifts for these children. I have a real special young man. I tell you, special young man. I have special young men. But you see this one? Because he's a baby, right? Because he's a baby, give him his time to shine. This baby, yes, this baby who I believe is my special somebody today. This young man who is my special somebody today. One of these bags I specifically pack for you. But it's which one of these bags? And I have something here for mommy as well too. Yes? This is your bag, you know. This is mommy's rose. Because you know why? They don't understand the challenges. They don't understand how much it takes from you. They don't understand that this is a 24-hour job. Yeah? And I want to tell you, you today, mommy, you are my superhero. And this is for my son. You're most welcome. This other young man, you know something? Because you're big, I think they should give you 2 bags and not 1, right? Yeah, they're so special. They're getting 2 bags and not 1 bag. Yeah? You take here 2 bags. You want a red and a gold or 2 gold? Okay, you make a good pick, right? So yeah, you got 1 bag. It's so extra today. I'm going to give you an extra bag. Yes. Just to say, ma'am, pleased to see him. Which child don't like gifts?
Since you walk in, this pleasant look and it's very sensitive.
I think he probably knows something outside was for him. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And today we are going to share this cake. But I want you to tell me, read what it says on this cake. We are all special. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we share this cake today. Yeah? I love you all. Yeah? Thank you. That's good. You are my child in this party. So we got their cake, let's slice it.